Hi, everyone. I'm Christy Forsyth with Clarity by Christy. This is your weekly reading where we talk all about what's going on with the energy. What are the things that you need to know? What are the channeled messages that I've connected with about this energy? This is going to help you to understand the things that you're feeling right now, the things that you're feeling called to do. This is going to give you a sense of steps that you can take to make the most of the energy this week. So we are going to dive right in. I'm really excited about the energy this week. I hope that you guys are too. I want you to take advantage of this because there's a really beautiful energy to take advantage of. We've been talking about things building and gifts coming in and blessings. And this week certainly feels like a huge part of that. Today, I'm filming this on the 24th. By the way, this is a reading for June 24th into June 30th. I'm trying to put my dates in my videos now. So this is meant for you during that week, but also anytime that you find these messages, because if you feel compelled to open a video, that means there are messages there for you. So don't worry so much about the timeline. But today I'm filming this on June 24th. And today is the day that we have the Sun conjunct Jupiter in Cancer. Now, I'm not an astrologer. I have taught myself about astrology a little bit, and I know enough to share some things with you. And I do know about this, that this is an incredibly powerful opening. This is an incredibly powerful day. This is a very lucky day. Let me know, have lucky things been happening for you today? Have you noticed any extra special blessings that have happened for you? I just feel really good. I just feel really aligned and not so caught up in the bullshit that my head likes to tell me sometimes today. So that, to me, I'll take that as a blessing. So I think that there are a lot of blessings coming in, and I think that that's happening today, but I also think that this is just an opening over the course of the week and maybe even beyond for things to come in. This feels like the jumping off point. This feels like the beginning to some things, but you're definitely going to find that you're probably feeling more optimistic today. Take advantage of that. Your thoughts are going to be better. Take advantage of the fact that maybe you're feeling a little bit more confident. And if you're feeling called and compelled to take a step to move in a specific direction, this is a really good day for you to do that, or to let it inspire you to do that over the course of this week. Today is going to be even better for that. If you are in my membership, you already know that because I cover all of the important astrology and energy for the month in advance. So if you're not in that, make sure you check that out, claritybychristy.com. But this is a great day for you to take advantage of that. But this is also, we're still going to have that energy. And then tomorrow on the 25th, we go into the new moon in Cancer. Now, the moon absolutely loves to be in Cancer. And so this is a really beautiful placement, a really beautiful time of new beginnings, as all new moons are. But it's also a very powerful manifestation portal. So today, tomorrow, over the course of this week, what I would be doing if I were you, what I am going to be doing is what I've already been doing, is focusing on the things that I want to create and maybe doing some form of intentional manifestation. Whether you make a vision board, whether you just kind of list out the things that you're calling into your experience, whether you visualize it, maybe you do some manifestation writing. There's so many different ways that you can intentionally create and manifest your life. So take some time and do that, because this is an opening. You're going to find it's just going to help to support that. You're going to plant some seeds, and it's going to very quickly water, fertilize, and throw sunshine on those seeds. So you're going to see some quick results with some of the manifestations, especially maybe some things that have been wanting to come through for a while, but now is the time for that to happen, or now is the time that you are focusing more on asking for that, because sometimes we just don't have those manifestations come through because we haven't been intentionally putting it out there. We're so focused on the things that we don't want rather than the things that we do. So make sure that you focus on the things that you do, and that you let a lot of your mental focus be on that rather than worrying about things that you're not sure are going to happen. worrying about anything really, thinking about how you're pissed off about the way that something went down. Yes, honor your anger, but at the same time, shift that focus into, okay, what did that teach me? What did that show me? Because also this week, I think that we're going to find, I'm really feeling this very strongly, that we're going to get tested this week. So there's a lot of luck. There's a lot of blessings. I think that a lot of things are going to move forward this week that we either have been wanting or we didn't even know that we wanted, but here it is, and it's exciting. But also, I think we're going to be tested. I think that we are going to find ourselves in a position where we're forced to take a look at, what do I need to do in order to be most aligned in my life? So I feel like the tests are going to be around alignment. And so you're going to be shown if things aren't aligning or if you need to make some tweaks in order to allow things to align better for you. So I want you to watch for that test or those tests. Some of you are going to get lucky and get more than one. So watch for those. And what I want you to do is approach that test from a place of, how do I need to approach this in order to allow myself to feel more aligned or my life to be more aligned? And so that is going to guide your actions. And speaking of actions, action this week. I heard when I was connecting with this energy, the train is leaving the station, you in? ? And I know that that was a message for me, but I know that it's also a message for all of you. So paying attention to, like, what's that thing that you've been sitting on, you've been kind of hemming and hawing and thinking about it. And that came through for me yesterday or 2 days ago. And there was this thing that I just kept kind of putting off. I don't even know why, because I was excited about it. And then I finally jumped into it and moved. And it just, not only did it feel really good, but it felt like it opened a door for me in some ways. And so we're going to just see, we're going to find out what this on the other side of the door looks like. But if I didn't go in, maybe that would have looked different. Maybe the window for that opportunity would have closed. I don't know. I kind of get that sense that some windows of opportunity may close if we're not jumping on them. So you'll know what this is, because this is the thing that you feel called to, but you're making excuses for one reason or another. Maybe you're just letting yourself get distracted. Maybe all of a sudden you need to clean your kitchen rather than taking care of this thing that you know that you need to do. So whatever that is, I feel like a lot of this is about self-sabotage. Maybe there's a conversation that you need to have. Maybe there's something that needs to be said and you've been waiting and you're like, I don't know if I want to do that, or you're just distracting yourself with a million other things. But if it's something that your heart needs to say, I think that this is a really good time for us to move forward with it. Or if it's a question that you need to ask, or a conversation that you need to have about an opportunity, whatever this is. But I've been feeling important conversations for quite some time. So have those conversations if you're feeling called. That can be part of the action, I feel like. The other thing that I heard when I connected with this energy was, are you prepared for the manifestation to hit? And I think most of us would say, well, hell yeah, I am. Of course I'm ready for that. That'll be exciting, right? But I want you to think about what it is that you're manifesting and ask yourself, am I truly ready for this? So what I mean by that is, have you been preparing for your manifestation to come in? Have you been getting yourself ready to truly be able to handle the situation as it comes in? And when I say handle, a manifestation can come in, it can be a really beautiful thing, but it also will bring with it some things that we need to do. So for example, let's say that you are manifesting a work-related opportunity. Do you have yourself in a position that when that opportunity hits, that you're going to be ready to do all of the things that come along with that work-related opportunity? If you are manifesting more money, have you been focusing on creating a structure to be able to handle that? Maybe you make yourself a budget for the bigger amount of money or something. And you just think about that and you visualize it, and that can be kind of fun to dream about. But it's also like, you've got a plan for when this happens. Maybe you're manifesting a relationship. And so are you taking actions that allow you to be able to have a relationship when it happens, right? Are you ready to carve out a little bit of time to focus on that? Are you really willing to do that? Are you really open to do that? Do you have things prepared in such a way where you can make time for this, or you can invest energy into this, or you can invest your heart into this? Because sometimes we have to get our hearts ready. Sometimes we have to do that internal work on ourselves to prepare. So there's so many different examples that we could do, but what do you need to prepare in order to allow that manifestation to come in? Because that preparation is going to help support you in manifesting it. And it's also going to help you to feel prepared for that. This is why when people win the lottery, sometimes they squander that money away, right? Because they're not prepared for the manifestation. They haven't done the foundational work to allow it. So I guess that's what I'm saying is, can you do the foundational work? Because this is a time where we are grounding manifestations, when we are pulling them out of the skies and bringing them down to earth. And so I hope that you're ready to receive the things that you're asking for. Let me know. Are you ready to receive it? Say, I'm ready to receive, if you are. And I want you to think about this. Are there little tweaks that you need to make just to excitedly prepare for that to come in? This is a great time also to dream big. So think about what you want to do, but extend that. This is going to be a really great time for you to think about that, and to not make yourself small, to not make your dreams small, and maybe even to lean into a bigger vision that you're finding that God has for you. So a lot of beautiful things. I feel like there's been a lot of self-sabotage where really great things will happen for people, and it will even be the manifestation that they want. And then they start to doubt themselves. They start to get caught up in fear. They start to get overwhelmed, and they start to sabotage it. So don't let that be you. Make sure that you're holding gratitude for when something comes in, but also that you're letting it grow you, that you're letting it expand you and take you to the next level, and that you're not getting scared and running away from that expansion that's happening for you. Hopefully that makes sense. So lots of stuff going on this week. We're going to pull cards and talk about it. So first card up, we have the Lover's card. I'm going to cover the naked people here because that's what YouTube wants. I guess I'm not doing a very good job. Okay, Lover's card. I will talk about the meanings in a minute. I've already pre-shuffled the deck and have them all ready. 6 of Pentacles. 3 of Pentacles. King of Swords. 6 of Wands. And the King of Wands. This is significant energy this week. Are you guys feeling it? Tell me about lucky things that are happening for you right now. I would love to hear what's coming in for you guys. So overall, just such a great, beautiful energy. And again, I do think that we're going to be tested with some things, but I also think there's a lot of reward that comes with this. So I want you to think about it like there's a reward on the other side of this. So if I feel like I'm being tested, let me just handle this and the reward will be there. Okay, so the Lover's card. The Lover's card is, I feel like it's about letting love in. It's about divine connections. So those of you who are looking for your person, you might make those connections this week, or you might take that connection to the next level this week. You might be, this feels like a deeper connection with someone, or an important connection coming into your life. This is often about, I'm hearing divine intervention. Okay. So some kind of divine intervention. Maybe you're crossing paths with somebody and you're meeting someone new, or maybe there's just this magnetic pull. I'm also feeling that this magnetic pull bringing people together or back together. Maybe there's been a disconnect. Rob's saying, bring on that love card. Yeah, Rob, this is a beautiful energy. And this isn't just like some like silly little fling, right? The lovers is the lovers. This is deeply connected relationships and deeply connected experiences that we have. So it might even be that you're connecting with an experience in some way, like that something is coming in for you that you've always wanted, and now it's the time for that. I don't know, I'm getting a lot of divine timing, divine intervention with this, being led by, see the angel at the top, by the angels. I feel like our angels are really, I'm seeing them playing like, what's the little stick where they play, conduct the orchestra? That's what I'm seeing, right? They're conducting all of the things that are happening to bring some things together. So you might find that, again, I feel like this week, it might not all happen this week, but it feels like a jumping off point for that. So you might find that all of a sudden there's a reconnecting with a connection that felt really divinely guided as well. So that feels really good and that looks really good. Now we might have decisions to make as well with that card. And I do have to acknowledge that. So that might be part of the test. I feel like it's like, are you open? Are you really open? Are you really prepared for this person, this blessing that wants to come in, this opportunity that wants to come in? Are you really prepared for it? Because it is a really great fit for you. And sometimes that can be overwhelming. Sometimes that can send people running in the opposite direction. So make sure that you're ready, or it can create challenges like we talked about. The Six of Pentacles. So this is, oh my God, this is beautiful. I love this. So this is the return of, I feel like I could cry. This is beautiful. The return of the love that you have put out to the world. So many of you that are connected here that watch these videos are just helpers and empaths and healers, and you're just giving, giving, giving. And sometimes it's hard to be in that position where you receive. And a lot of times even we block that a little bit because we don't know what to do with that, right? But this is you in a position to receive, and that might come in unexpected ways. You might have invested money in something. You might have invested your heart into some things. You might have invested yourself into people and just like pumping out love and positive energy and good vibes out to the world and being a helper and just the best human that you can be. And so that's coming back, that reciprocity. Now, I suppose I could say, if you've been treating people badly, you're probably going to get that back, right? Because this is about what we've been putting out. So hopefully you've been putting out love, but I don't know. It almost feels like it'll feel a little weird at first. Like, I don't know what to do with this. What is this? But let it in. I definitely let love in, definitely let opportunities in, but let yourself receive and let yourself be helped and supported as well, because we also have the Three of Pentacles. Let yourself be helped and supported. This is my teamwork card, but this is also about letting people help you and serve you and show up for you. I think there are opportunities for that. But again, if you're so used to helping people, sometimes it's hard to receive that and to be in that position of reciprocity. So this is saying, just open the door, let the door be open and let yourself receive. Just because it feels uncomfortable doesn't mean that it's not meant for you. This is also feeling like potentially maybe you're collaborating, you're working together with other people. You might feel called to do that this week. That was one of the things that I felt called to do this week is joining a group of like-minded people that were working on some things together. And that is going to have a payoff. So for those of you who are thinking about that, like some kind of a collaboration or working together on a shared goal, I think that that is going to really produce something great for you. So lean into that. We keep saying lean in. I think this whole year is going to be like lean in, lean in, lean in, because blessings want to come in. But a lot of times we are so used to not having blessings or getting things that we don't want that it's hard to allow that ease and the blessings to come in. So try to focus on letting that in, the King of Swords in reverse. Be mindful about the way that you communicate something. Be mindful to not be too guarded. Be mindful about the way that you think about things. Be open. This is a really beautiful week to be curious and just kind of let it all unfold without making assumptions, without getting too caught up in a particular story. Just let it flow. And so if you feel like you need to say something, say something. If you feel like you need to move in a particular direction, move in a particular direction. But don't overplan it, I guess is what I'm hearing. Don't overplan. Just be in flow, be authentic, be natural. This is speaking words that are not pre-planned, that are not scripted, are not what you expect. And so you might even say some things and you're like, oh, I don't know that I love exactly how I said that. And just say it with kindness, but maybe it's because you want it to be perfect. That's the energy that I'm getting here. And life isn't perfect. You're not perfect. And I think to be authentic, you have to be imperfect. And so it's okay if we misspeak. It's okay if the words don't come out the way that we practiced a million times in our head. In fact, it's probably better. So just speak and let it flow through you and allow that, or let the ideas flow through you without getting too caught up in it needing to match a specific story that you have in mind or a specific vision. Just let yourself be led and let yourself be shown, because it's leading to victory. So I think we're going to find some small victories this week, some big victories this week. This feels like moving out of something that's been challenging, because you've invested a lot, and hopefully you have been anyway, right? Hopefully we all have been. I think if you're watching these videos, you have been. If you're working with me, you have been. So invest. There's very much this energy of investment with both of these cards. Like what you're putting in, you're going to get even better out. But you have to be willing to move in that direction and to take the steps. Now, Six of Wands, like this is someone who is coming back from war. They have been through it. So maybe you feel like that. And maybe it required a level, and that maybe it does, to go to war. It requires a level of bravery, to be willing to go into battle, to be willing to do the things that we need to do in order to get to the result that we want to get to. So I feel like that has already been done, but keep moving forward. Keep taking the steps that you need to take to lead you to your ultimate victory. Now, if your choices have not been aligned with the energy of love, it might be not so much a victory, right? You might be on the other side of that battle. So who knows? But the last card that we have here is the King of Wands. This is taking action. This is getting after it. This is following your fire, your passion, your excitement. This is moving in the direction of the things that excite you. And I'm feeling like that's just going to happen this week, where that comes up and you just feel it and you just go for it. Not that you're not thinking that through, because of course we want to consider things and we want to logically think things through. But I think pretty quickly there's a moving forward. It's like, no, I just feel this. I feel so compelled to say this, do this, try this, take this leap of faith, whatever this is for you. But I think you're going to feel compelled. And I want you to listen to that. I want you to honor that. As long as that aligns with your intuition. That is the key with all of this. These readings are not private readings. And I like to make that clear because there have been some people who have made that assumption. And this is not a private reading. This is not a personal reading. And so what you want to do with these is take what resonates with you and leave the rest. Like some of this is going to align, some of this is not. And you always, whenever you're taking action, want to make sure that you're honoring everyone involved and honoring everyone's free will that's involved. So keep that in mind with all of these messages, okay? Because we don't want to be interfering with someone else's free will. That part is not okay and actually violates energetic law. So all of this is amazing. I want you to just lean into the flow of it. If you guys have made it this far, make sure you like this video, share this video, comment, whatever it is that you feel called to do. I appreciate all of it so much. And if you have not joined my membership yet, first of all, what are you even doing? But second of all, you would have a monthly reading where you would know all of this in advance. But also in my membership right now, we are doing a 30-day challenge. It is called Manifest and Calm the Fuck Down. And it is a 30-day nervous system reset challenge. You're going to be learning new tools every single day to help you to regulate your nervous system, whether it's for the physical body, for the mind, for the energy field. We're covering all of it. And it's just unfolding so beautifully. And this is one of those things that I felt compelled to do, because I knew that if we want to manifest the things that we want to manifest in this world, it's really difficult to do that if you aren't coming from a place of a regulated nervous system. Because if you aren't regulated, then you're constantly sending a fear-based signal out to the world. And so it's almost like interference with the signal, and it makes it really hard for things to come through. So if we can get you to that place of calm and balance, and by the way, I think there's a lot going on in the world, and I think our focus needs to be on our light and our self-care and helping ourselves to feel regulated through all of this, because when you are doing that, you're going to create a better experience. We're going to create a better world. So the timing is really good. It's all in my membership. It's only $9.99 a month or $99 for an entire year. I would love to have you guys. I have all the links below. And there is almost 4 years worth of content, classes, hypnosis sessions, meditations, all the things. So you can you could spend days just going through all of that stuff. And we would love to have you. We do monthly meetings where we pull cards, where we talk about the things that you guys want to talk about. I would love to have you be part of that community, especially if you stuck around this long till the end. So check it out, claritybychristy.com. I will put the link below. Would love to see you guys there. I hope that you have the most lucky, magical week you can possibly have. I love you all, and I will see you soon.